I'm Siew Lee, Head of Wealth Management at OCBC Bank. I oversee the bank's wealth management, product strategy, and advisory units in Singapore. I play multiple roles in my life: a wife, daughter, friend, and a leader at work. It is not easy to juggle these responsibilities, but with some discipline, experience, and planning, I've managed to find a good balance. Confidence is not something you acquire overnight. It comes with knowledge, experience, and it comes from learning from your mistakes. It's the same thing when it comes to personal investments. One thing I've accumulated over the years is investment knowledge. I've made my fair share of mistakes and learned from them. Through this masterclass, I hope to share my investment journey with you, from how to take the first steps to the lessons I wish I had learned earlier. I hope this empowers you to start your investment journey and be more confident to make investment decisions. As financial practitioners, we always emphasize the benefits of starting early to tap on the power of compounding. Yet, it was not something I did when I was younger. My first job was with a bank. And while I had some basic investment knowledge, I did not invest early. Nor did I seek to learn more about investments or do more with my money, even when there were people around me who could advise me. Looking back, I regret this missed opportunity. Investing was not my priority then. I was more concerned about saving enough to purchase a new handbag or to pay for a vacation, things young working adults tend to be preoccupied with. I was not earning much, and I had to support my family financially too. So naturally, when there were surpluses at the end of the month, I would think about enjoying myself rather than investing for the long term. My parents emphasized the importance of saving from a very early age. I did save, but it was more for rainy days. I did not have any specific financial goals in mind, and I was certainly not thinking about any long-term goals like buying a house or planning for my retirement. Recently, I found a handbag as I was clearing my closet. It was still in good condition, even though I bought it more than a decade ago. Knowing what I know now, if I had used that few $1,000s I spent on a bag to buy a financial asset like unit trust, perhaps that investment could be worth much more today. Like the handbag, I would probably have forgotten about it. But unlike the handbag, I would be pleasantly surprised with how much the money would have grown after more than 10 years. When we are young, we tend to focus on short-term gratification instead of long-term gains. Knowing what I know now, I definitely would have done much more with my money with clear goals in mind. As they say, hindsight is 20/20. As I progressed in my career and settled down, my priorities started to shift. I was looking at buying my own house and other long-term financial commitments. There was a bit of peer pressure as well. My close friends were getting married and starting their own families. Our casual conversations were peppered with anecdotes about buying savings plans and retirement plans. At this point, I became more serious about investing my savings and planning for retirement. However, it wasn't so simple. My monthly earnings were stretched in many different directions. I had more financial responsibilities like paying down the mortgage, healthcare costs for my parents, and other household expenses. There's always a trade-off. When we are younger, we have more opportunities to save and fewer financial responsibilities, but our income is probably lower because we are just starting out. As we get better at our jobs, we earn more, but this comes with more responsibilities. Even if you manage to save more at this stage, you might be more reluctant to invest your savings because you might need the cash for real emergencies. At that point in life, I decided that the best way for me to start was to invest my own CPF, since the funds were just sitting idle. That became my starting point. I set up a CPF investment account and began exploring opportunities. When I was younger, I brushed aside investing because my priorities were different. Now, I make time to build up my knowledge about investing by reading and talking to financial advisors. Sometimes I get investment tips from family and friends who always paint these ideas as a sure thing, but I don't act immediately on them. I will do my homework to understand the product before investing my money. Take it from me, it's worth the time and effort. Do your homework and know what you are getting into so you don't get burnt, emotionally and financially. Believe me, I know. Earlier, I shared that my first investment was a unit trust bought with my CPF. Why did I choose to invest in unit trusts? Because it fits what I was looking for at that point in my life. Most of my time was dedicated to my career, and I did not have the time to monitor the markets. I saw unit trusts as a way to outsource my investment needs to a professional. And to be relatively safe, I picked a fund with long track record of good performance and low volatility. My first experience was better than I expected. It was a low-risk investment product, and while the returns were modest, it served my purpose to grow my money gradually and steadily. I then started investing in a broader range of funds. I realized that once I had tried investing and had a good experience, I was encouraged to do more. I continued to build on that with every single subsequent investment. Of course, it helped that my first experience in investing turned out to be positive. There were other experiences that weren't so pleasant. I learned from my mistakes and applied those learnings when making my next investment. The more experience you accumulate, the more confident you will be in making investment decisions. Our first investment experience has great psychological impact on us. It shapes our beliefs, our confidence, and ultimately our attitude towards investing. Investing should not be an emotional exercise, but it tends to be because we are human. We cannot help but follow our emotions. The important thing is to start, and to start right. You can dip your toes in the market with a small amount of money. Even if you fail small, fail fast, get up and try again. Start with products that are low risk, but of course, you will have to be realistic and accept a lower return. The good news is there are many options to choose from. Many banks and financial institutions are trying to make it easier to encourage people to start investing. These days, we have robo-advisors and monthly investment plans. With time, you will gain the experience and confidence you need to explore more sophisticated products. Approach a financial advisor to find out more about the products in the market and what is suitable for you. Help is always there. From my journey, what I know for sure is confidence begets confidence. Focus on creating a strong foundation. I hope what I have shared with you has been useful and inspires you to start investing. Remember, it is not too late to start, and we should not be afraid to invest. As long as you prioritize, do your homework, speak to experts, and take one step at a time, you will become more confident and improve with experience. Women are great multitaskers, and as long as we diligently acquire knowledge in investing, we will be able to do it all and achieve the financial security we desire.